Hello.
We're back for one more Christmas episode.
That's right. And we're doing one a week, so it's been a long time since we've been together.
I've only been wearing this one shirt for several weeks.
And I this hat.
But tonight we wanted to talk about our traditions with the Nativity, the manger scene, and all, just in general, what we've done.
Well, it was like an event in our house. It's not so much about the physical
There
structure.
it is.
You can see it right up here. This is what I grew up with. And I guess to just set the stage, when we drew out of the Advent calendar the nativity scene, what it looked like was this would go on top of the piano, right?
Or the fireplace would be the stable.
Or the fireplace, yes. This would go on the fireplace. And then throughout the house, the different characters would be placed.
Like the three wise men.
The three wise men might be on the top of the piano. On top of the cabinet in the dining room would be
Mary and Joseph.
And
then you have the shepherds.
The shepherds might be just a little ways off of the stable. The angel would be hidden somewhere. And the baby Jesus was hidden somewhere. And then come Christmas Eve, the day felt so long because it was all in the evening. So as kids, we just had to kind of wait.
Yeah.
And
I remember that
gifts. Our gifts always came last, of course. But first there would be the food, sing around the piano, and then that would go into our rice pudding, and someone would get a nut in their bowl of rice pudding.
Like an almond.
And that person would get to be baby Jesus.
And who got picked for that all the time?
Anyone that was a guest, it was planted. But if it was just us, it was. Then maybe it was planted by you. I don't know.
No, it wasn't planted. It was always just.
A guest was always,
Because then you kids were all in on it, and we often had guests, so it'd be anticipating watching them eat their pudding, waiting for them to find it.
Yeah. But the way it would work was we would play a series of songs that were the different stages of the nativity scene, and two people would be Mary and Joseph. You were usually the innkeeper. Whoever would be the wise men, the angel, and so it'd be we had candles. All the lights in the house would go off, and we'd go door to door. Sometimes there were closet doors, sometimes there were bedroom doors,
bathroom doors.
Any door the innkeeper could.
The innkeeper would run ahead
Yep.
and go behind the next door, and then let's say Esther and I were Mary and Joseph. We would go and knock on the door, and you would be different characters. Sometimes you were a crotchety innkeeper, and sometimes you were a jolly innkeeper. But the theme was there was of course never any room.
Yep.
And so we finally get to the last door, and you're well, I'm sorry, we're all full, but I do have a stable out back. And then we would go there, and then the song would be Away in a Manger, and then it would be Angels We Have Heard on High, and then it'd be why We Three Kings of Orient. It's so. This was a event though. I mean, this would go on for I'd say at least 45 minutes, and we all got into it, and all we had was candlelight, and maybe the Christmas tree was still lit up. The piano light was on, but it was a very visceral, fun memory.
And even the kings did not come all the way; they just started their journey.
Yeah, they would start their journey. Yeah,
for the 12, we did 12 days of Christmas.
Yeah, and so every day they would move a little closer.
Move a little closer. So so it's just.
And we had a North Star that was they were following the North Star.
I think it was January 6th or something was the 12th day.
Well, that was a different part of tradition, but at Christmas Eve.
Yep.
By the end of this event, it would look like this.
Yeah.
But all of the Christmas season, it would be empty except for the animals and maybe a shepherd. And the event, the catalyst and the things that followed all happened at the span of a few songs. And then, finally, we would open presents.
And I need to say, Karen's business, making cards and making a living doing that, is really a part of her skill. She is a a skilled person at an idea, a concept, and then all of the things that have to make it happen. And she really did that with homeschooling and getting you guys involved and building traditions.
Yeah.
All of that was one of her gifts.
Yeah.
And I played along.
You were an important player.
Thank you.
And so our new nativity set, we passed that on to you guys, and then we have
Well,
a new.
We were in Michigan. Karen, when she earned $1 million in sales with Stampin' Up,
I sold $1 million.
sold,
I didn't
yeah.
earn
No,
it.
we didn't make it. Yeah, we're millionaires.
Goodbye. We're
No,
gone.
we're no, when she sold that much retail, she was honored at an event, a big event, Stampin' Up event in Michigan. So we were there for that. And we were at what kind of shop was that again?
A fair trade.
Fair Trade, really
Shop.
a nice store. And we were looking at something that would kind of,
As a backup, you guys that know Tim know he loves souvenirs. We go anywhere, and he
Yes.
comes home with a souvenir.
And I
I've
love
been really
shopping.
pleased because lately he's been finding little things like bookmarks, something that I said, "Oh, I'm so glad because it's not more stuff
Yeah.
to bring into the house."
Magnets. Yeah.
But that is part of our journey. And
Yes.
you wanted to find something to memorialize this trip.
Yes.
So we'd already decided, yes, we'd get something because this was a special trip. And, Alvin,
and I found something that I just loved. She found something that she loved. And what she loved, I'm so glad that she won out because it is something that we've had up 365 days a year in our the window between the kitchen and Karen's great room. We have had this sitting, and they are from Kenya, right?
yep. And it's just Mary, Joseph, and baby Jesus. So it's just 3 figures here. But it does totally fit our life. And I wouldn't have cared what we bought, but we
this
think
is
it's all tied in together. And the whole fun experience, the trip,
yep.
and watching him agonize over that. And I 'cause I didn't care. I said, I'm totally good. Do you even remember what the other thing was?
No, no,
So
not at all.
that's just really interesting. And somehow by defining, he wanted just one memory of the trip. So it's not like, yeah, we could have bought both things, but it was the idea of one memory for this special trip. And it just, again, that makes that meaningful to
Yep.
me. I will always have this up.
Something else that's even more special. The woman is taller than the man.
Mm-hmm.
And the way you can tell that's a woman, there's a necklace around her.
I don't know that,
And-
that you can tell him. I don't know if you can tell.
I think you can.
And
Oh,
mo-
okay.
and
Well,
mo-
he is, but it doesn't matter. But
And
that
mom is
the-
just a hair taller than you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We used to be the same size. And now
I'm shrinking.
he's shrinking faster, and Hank is taller than both of us. Someday he's going to surpass you, I have a feeling, so we shall see. But again, even mementos of Christmas and what you put. And now at this point in our lives, we don't do much decorating anything, but we love having this
Yeah.
little symbol being our thing. And we love the story that that's what meant before, and this is now.
Can you grab that Santa Claus just for another?
Um,
These are cast iron. And Karen came home. Just a little coin thing, money bank, and she came home one time with I don't know how many
like 4 different things.
cast iron toys that she bought at a garage sale for a very reasonable price and gave them to me, and they're just like one of my favorite gifts, and now Josiah's enjoying them too.
So it would be fun to see photos of your nativity sets. I'm going to put that up in the Facebook group too, as I think, a lot of them are unique, and a lot of them also reflect the period they are. So we might see a whole bunch that are the same, that were all kind of purchased at the same time. So it's just kind of a fun thing to think. And as always, we would love to have you tell us stories of cards.
And one other part of this story is that we thought that baby Jesus was lost,
Mm-hmm.
because baby Jesus was lost for a year or two. but baby Jesus showed back up. So
You know, all those wrappings. You're going
It probably was never lost. We
It
just didn't
probably
open the
wasn't.
right
Yeah.
fold of like newspaper.
but
What did you put in instead, Hank? Do you remember what got put in for baby?
Lego.
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 Yeah, Lego.
I said, you know, it all works.
So can I tell a quick funny aside that's not Christmas related, but agonizing over what to get
Yeah.
made me think of a very vivid ongoing childhood memory, which was as homeschool family, like we would spend spring Thursdays garage sailing, and you would circle in the like Star Tribune the garage sales we were going to go to, and I had a map and I would help navigate.
Old days. No
And
GPS, yes.
yeah, so we would like, you know, draw a plan of like how we were gonna like hit these like different like garage sales. But every Thursday you'd give each of us kids like, I don't know, $2 that we could spend at the garage sales. And my goodness, like you get to the first one and you already have $2 worth of stuff in your hands. But you know you're gonna spend the next like 3 or 4 hours hitting more garage sales. And it was a pretty strict $2. It wasn't like, can you float me $2 from next week
Oh, no.
if I see something even better. And one time I found something even better, a little action figure that I did not have and I desperately wanted, and it was like 25 cents. But I had already spent my $2 and you were like, nope. And I put it in my pocket and you found me playing with it a couple of days later, and you went out to the recycling bin, dug up that listing, and drove me back to the house, made me knock on the door.
Jeez.
And they came to the door, and I was like, I stole this from your garage sale. And they were both like, oh no, it's okay, it's just like a toy. And you were like, oh no, it's not okay. And you made me hand it back over.
I remember that clearly, and I didn't know if you really
Oh,
remember
yeah.
it or not. So
Oh, of course. How would you forget
I
that?
guess
You're
I
standing
really
in
would.
shame and having to own it.
I forgot it.
Yeah. You probably missed it.
But
yeah.
you know, important lessons like that really stay with you. I mean, because that's just you have that whole visceral feeling connected with,
Oh, yeah.
with having done that. That's
Hank is rolling his eyes right
he's
now.
really his eyes.
Disappointed in you, Kevin.
Why are you thinking he shouldn't have cared? No.
I should have just hit it better like you do.
Better? Oh no. Okay. So this might become true confessions. Whoever knows, you know. So.
But on that note, let's end with another card that made a difference. And again, we want to hear about cards that made a difference in your life.
And traditions.
And traditions.
Connected to Christmas Eve, Christmas Day.
Or beyond Christmas.
Yep.
Different times of the year.
Yeah, we're gonna keep on going, and we don't know
12 days of Christmas.
what we're gonna do next. But this is from Renee Deshane, and I thought this was really cool. This response: I've made many nativity cards for people for Christmas. Many say they put them up as part of their decorations each year. That makes me feel very proud. And I thought, what a great thing to decorate with too, having different nativity. You know, some people buy nativity sets and have them all over the house, but cards would be fun too. So I thought that's just really thoughtful.
And interestingly, I feel like we all do different things with the Christmas cards we get.
Mm-hmm.
At our house, we have a little basket, and they like stay out for a month or two. And I've been to homes where they line maybe the passageway between the dining room and kitchen, or the refrigerator gets taken over with them. But that would be a fun thing to hear too. It's like,
Kathy Ost, I remember one of our friends that we've grown up with, you kids, they always had theirs in a basket, and every night after dinner they would pull a card out and they'd have the whole family pray for that person that sent them a card. And I thought that's really a cool tradition too.
all right, well, Merry Christmas.
Bye-bye.